Welcome everyone. I'm JP, and
Big guy.
this is Pack and Draw, where we open a pack and draw the card later. So let's open it up. Go ahead. See what we got. Maybe we got a good pull here. Oh, there we go. All right, nice.
We got Carablast, Galarian Darmanican, Larvitar, Nickit, Bounce Sweet, Dedenne, Darkrai,
Nice.
Water Energy, Rose, Simipour, and Lunatone.
So what are you thinking here?
Can go with Simipour.
Okay, I was thinking Darmanican, but we can go with that. All right, let's
get drawing.
Okay, everyone, we're on to the drawing part of this. Here we have Simipour. We have our base sketch here, so let's get drawing. So this is more of an action pose. You can see it's going to be a little bit more dynamic. I'm going to work on the outer edge here. Some of the kind of like, what I like to do is kind of like establish the thicker parts. And I like work left to right here only because I know sometimes if I go too heavy here, I might smudge it. So I'm kind of giving like an underlying shadow here with this. And this is more of a thicker marker I'm working with. And that's a good start there. I'll work in my next kind of thickest marker here with this for this next part. This is the hair. Mine's going to be a little bit more stylized. Again, we always kind of talk about confident strokes, you know, not being afraid to make a mistake. And I'll go to this underlining part here. And I'm going to use this. This is slightly thinner than the other one. I'm getting close to the same result. Actually, I think I'm going to go back to this thicker one here. The body form I have here is a little bit more exaggerated, which is fine. And I'll even, for the under part of the arm, I think I'll use that here, even for this part here. It's kind of like a little short elbow part. Even establish that. So for the fist part here, there's a lot of small nooks and crannies. I'll tighten up in a little bit, even those connecting parts. I'm going to use this here. I might even go thicker with that, but let's try this here. I'm mainly focusing on this there. So there I got that. I'll work on some details there too. I think while I'm here, I think I'll work on some of the outer parts. It might look a little odd here. I think I'll go back. I'll work with this here. Got that there. This underlining part here. So I don't want to add too much in there because I know I'm gonna come back with a different marker, thinner one. So let me work down here. Some of the tail that kind of comes out, and then some of this bottom part here. So it's hard to see, but the bottom is kind of like cloth. There, it's kind of very short. Here, I exaggerated it a lot, actually. And then I have the underlining part of this leg. I think I'm using this maybe a little too much, but that's okay. And I'm going to come to the tail. I'm going to work on this back part of this tail here. A little hard to see. I have a lot of disconnecting parts. Um, Actually, I think in here I could, since this is a bit closer, I can try connecting some of these to show. It's kind of like this little nub at the bottom part. Yeah, it's coming along pretty nicely. Try not to smudge that there. And there's the bottom part of the tail kind of comes along here too. We also have this kind of like hair extension that comes underneath here. All right, yeah, it's come along pretty nicely. Let me start working on, oh, I'm really hesitant. I really want to do this tail part. Let me go to my next thickest and see what I can get out of this here. This is a decent thickness. Let's see if I can work on this, if that's thicker. Oh no, that's even thinner. I have a little test paper over there. Work with some of these. 03, 08. Ooh, this is a good one, 08. So I think I could use this for some of the parts. Yeah, that's pretty nice. So there are some smaller hair parts that kind of curl underneath there. And let's while we're here, let's kind of work on this hand part here. It's kind of like the hand that's bubbling out. And we have to connect some of these, even though it's a little thinner. And finish off some of that. All right, so that's come along pretty nicely. Ooh. I got that there. All right, let's see if this is in frame. It's coming along pretty okay. Let me go in while I'm here and add some of the smaller details, and then I can go back and add some shading and so forth. So I got the 1, the 3, the 0.08. So this is 0.03. Let's see, this is 0.08. Even a 1 here too. Let's go 3 for this, for the mouth part here. We even have some kind of like pow signs up there. Use this for the eye too. And then definitely the nose part here. That there's some like smaller details. This is more kind of like the, just showing how the wrinkle part comes down. I'll go down even further here and add these uh, smaller areas that really kind of show the details in the face. And that's really nice. Maybe I could curve this one a little bit more, but that's okay. I'm pretty happy with it overall. Connect that part there. Have that go across. Show some of these parts here. Oops, they come there. That's okay. Have that there, have that there. All right, it's coming along pretty nicely. Definitely want to get the inner part of the character here. Adding those small kind of little details. And maybe adding some shading elements, some directional lines here and there. Some parts in the cape. There. Some elements there. Underlining elements there. Yeah, it's come along nicely. Maybe I'd probably add some here. Definitely want to connect some of these lines here. A little like cross hatching, small elements. Probably would shift that over a little bit. But as you can see, a lot of these parts are starting to come connected. You know me, I like to add my little action lines. This kind of shows the curvature and the hair. And yeah, it's working nicely. Let me add some more action lines here and there. And hopefully everything works accordingly here. Not over rendering things. Maybe I'll add some shade underneath here. I don't want to use this, so I'll use, I have this here. Maybe I'll just use this kind of like got that there. I'm gonna go to my thicker one, just add some. This is kind of like small shaded elements. I don't do this too much, but it kind of makes sense. Underneath there. underneath there. There. Yeah, that's come along nicely. Maybe here. I'm kind of getting rid of some of those smaller elements that I created, but I could always go back and rework those. So let's see if I work. Let's go back to my thinnest one here to add those details. Yeah, that works nicely. Yeah, it's really kind of a crisscross version of that too. All right. It's kind of like coming up. We have some action with different elements. We have the hair behind the head, hair on top coming out, the fist coming up, maybe a little too much detail. I might make that a little thicker next time. But hopefully you guys liked the interpretation of this. I've been forgetting to do this at the end, but I'll do it now. Little initial. And hey, why not? Let's add some. You know me, I like my action lines. We'll fade out. Great. All right. Big head. You know, there might be some. One thing I'm missing here. You can kind of see it has bigger ears on the side. Let me work on this here, connecting this part. We're missing the one over here. The head kind of just disappears. So let's make sure we address that because it kind of comes over. There's like the ear and the head back here. And might not be fully transparent what it is, but at least kind of fills this part out and helps kind of connect the dots for the viewer. So they don't, it's kind of could be the ear, part of the head, more hair, whatever it might be. Nice roundness, you know, emphasize up here, action and so forth. So hopefully you enjoyed this interpretation. Please like and subscribe to the video. We very much appreciate it and take care. Thank you.